Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we're going to see file manipulation commands. So in the previous video we saw the file system navigation command, that is cd, ls, pwd, mkdir, remove directory. These all commands we already saw in the previous video. So if you want that video, I will pin that into the description box, so you can check from there that video. And if that video is already done, that you can see this video. This is file manipulation commands in the Unix. Now in this previous video we already saw that what is the Unix and different what are the different Unix commands. So in this video we're going to see the file manipulation Unix commands. So let's start the video. So let's see about the Unix commands. First of all, I have to open the directory. Like yesterday I have created the directory using Karishma. So cd Karishma, I'm opening the directory. So see here the directory is open. So as you can see here, this is Karishma, the directory that's already open. So let's create a file using the, first of all, you will use a cat command. Cat greater than symbol file 1.txt. Okay, so see, using this cat and then file 1.txt command, we have created one file. That is file1.txt, and then now we are writing the data in that file. See, when we created this command, it automatically shown one empty space for writing the data. So for example, I'm writing some names in this one. So like okay, so see, as I have already completed writing the data in this file, so I will do Control C and we are coming out of this file. So now let's start our operations on this file. Okay, so first of all, our first command, that is touch. What touch will do is it will create an empty file or update access. For example, if I'm doing touch file2.txt. Okay, so now what happened is it just created the file and it doesn't allow us to write the data in that file. For example, if I want to see how many files are there in my directory, I will do ls. So for example, you can see here file1.txt, that is just now we have created the file using cat command. Next is file2.txt that we have created using the touch command. And we are having the Karishma directory, we are having. See, for directory, it is showing this type of in blue color. Yes, this is a directory. And then next we are having the test1 dead file. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll like write the data in this touch related file. For example, if I have to do echo hello world greater than symbol uh, file 2.txt. Okay, so now what I have did is I have used the echo command and then I have wrote in that hello world, and after that I have used the greater than symbol and I use the file name. So now what happens using this is it added this data to this file. So let's see about is data is available in this file or not. We'll use cat file2.txt. Okay, so wow, as you can see in this our file 2 that we have created using the touch command, so it doesn't have any data, but now using echo command we wrote the data in this file. So see, it's showing hello world in this file. Now let's see our first file, what data is there in that file. For example, I'm using cat file1.txt. Okay, so in this I wrote the data like Karishma, Madhuri, Sandeep and Roshan. So okay, it's showing this in the file 1.txt. So okay, so now we saw how we can create the file using the cat command, using the touch command, and how we can write the file in the file that is empty using echo command. Okay, so till now here we have these all operations are done. So let's start more operations. Next is cp command. What is cp command? Means it copies the files of the directory. For example, if I will do cp file 1.txt. Okay, so I am doing cp file 1.txt and I'm writing the next file name, that is I will want to use file 2.txt. I will use file 3.txt. Okay, so it doesn't give us any output, but it just gave the second line. So let's see if the data that is copied in the file 3 or not. So cat file 3.txt. Okay, so as you can see, using the copy command, we wrote the data in the file 3, and now we can see the same data in the file 3. So what is the use of the cp command means it copies the data from one file to the another file and it won't remove any of the files from this directory. Okay. So next, see the next command, there is mv command that moves files or directories. Okay. Now what is the purpose of this mv command means? It will copy the data, means it will move the whole file to the new file with a new name, and it will delete the old file with the old data. For example, if I want, I will use mv command file1.txt. I am giving the new file name, that is file.txt. Enter. Okay, so what happened is, if we just use this command, move mv file1.txt and file.txt. Let's see if file1.txt exists or not. Cat file1.txt. Okay, so it's saying there is no such file or directory found. If I will use the command, ls command, so as you can see here, we are having the file.txt that just now we have created with the mv command. We are having file3.txt and we are having the file2.txt. Now let's see in the file1.file.txt what data we are having. Okay, so as you can see in the file.txt, we are having the Krishna, Madhuri, Sandeep and Rohan data that we added in the file1.txt. So now I hope you understood what is cp and what is mv command. Cp command means it will move the data from one file to the another file, means it is just creating the duplicate file with a different name what we are providing. Second is what is the move command means it will move all the data as from one file to the another file, and it will delete the old original file and data. Okay, so now our move related command is also done. Now next command, that is rm command, that is remove files or directory. For example, I don't want the file, that is file1.txt. So I don't want this file.txt that I just have now I have created. I will use rm file.txt. So now let's see that files exist or not. ls. Okay, so we're having the file 3.txt, we're having the file 2.txt, we're having the test1 and Karishma, but we're not having the file 5.txt. Why we are not having? So using rm command, we remove that file from our directory. Okay, so I hope you understood what is the rm command and how we can delete a file in our Unix. Now our next let's go to the head and tail first, and later we'll see more command. Okay, so let's see head command. Now what happened is, now if I want, see now this data that is available inside the file 3.txt. Okay, so let's see for the data. cat file 3.txt. Okay, so we're having this data. Now what I want is, I just want to print this Karishma and no other data I want to print. So this should be discarded, only the Karishma should be printed. What I will use, I will use head -1 from file 3.txt. Enter. So as you can see, when we use the file 1.txt and -1, means when we used head command and with -1 means it will only print the first line. So we got the output like Karishma. Now if I want to print only first 3 lines, and Roshan should not be printed. Head -3 file 3.txt. Okay, so it just printed the Karishma, Madhuri and Sandeep, and the last line that was Roshan, that was not printed here. So now I hope you know, using head commands we can print any of the data, like how much we want, like how much lines we want. We can show that lines with the help of minus symbol, and we have to pass the file name in this. It will count the lines from the starting. Okay, now if I want that from last, I want to print Roshan and Sandeep. Okay, only 2 lines, and Karishma Madhuri should not be printed. So what I will do, last -2 file 3.txt. Okay, okay, 1 second. Okay, so let me use again that command. Usage, oh sorry, we are using the wrong command here. It is not last, it is tail. Okay, so tail. Okay, so when I use tail -2 file 3.txt means it is Sandeep and Roshan, that is printed from the last 2 lines. It counts the lines from the last one. Okay, so if we are using head means it will count the lines from the first lines like Karishma and Madhuri, and if we want the lines from the last, so we can use the tail command. So now till here our all the data, everything is done. So I will clearing the terminal first of all using clear command, and then let's see the different more commands. First of all, let's see the chmod command. So let's see ls minus l. Okay, so when we're seeing ls minus l, so we have it's showing us all the files and the permissions that file like read, write, and every permission that is showing here. So if I want in the file 3.txt that the owner should have the read and write permissions, what I will do is chmod 644 file 3.txt. Wait, file 3.txt. Now let's print this everything again. Okay, so when we change that permission, so here it's showing the change permission. See, here it's showing the change permission, and it's showing the time also on what time we have changed the permission. So next is we have to change the owner. So first of all, we have to check who is the owner, like who am I, we can use who am I. Okay, so now see, when I use the who am I means it is showing the user who is currently logged in. For example, I am logged in with the root. So it is giving us the output as a root. So using who am I, we can see who is currently logged in. Now the next commands that are like a difference command, and there are different commands available. So let's see the next command, that is different command. So different means it will check two files and it will show us the difference. For example, I am using diff file 3.txt, and then we are having the next file, that is file 3.txt. Okay, so it's giving us a different, like in the file 3.txt we are having the different data, that is minus mark showing, and there is no data that is available inside the second file. So it's showing us the difference between these two files here using the difference command. Okay, so now it's enough for this video. In the next video we'll see the rest of the file manipulation commands, and in the next video we'll see the different commands, like how we can change the permissions and everything. We'll see in the next video. So bye. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe and share to your friends so that they can also learn how to perform the Unix commands, so that it will be helpful for them for their practical examinations, and it will be more helpful for you all if you want to become any developer and type of developers. So thanks for watching my video. Goodbye. We'll see you in the next video where we'll see different types of the commands related to process management Unix commands and the leftover commands of the file manipulation Unix commands. Okay, so thanks for watching my video.